via the league for Europe, and also beating Liverpool for the first time under Klopp's reign?
I think it's a big achievement for us, you know. I think we've been working hard in the training pitch for this season under Arteta, you know, so getting a win here against the lead is a great result for us, and we're going to take it into our next game.
What about for you personally tonight? First time ever against Liverpool, and you get your first Premier League goal, which turns out to be the winner.
It's one of them things, you know, as you dream as a little boy to obviously score, and luckily I've done it today against the big boys, so I'm happy with the result and happy about my goal as well.
You say you're happy, you keeping a bit of that in there?
Yeah, just a bit, you know. When I get home, I'll probably celebrate with my family and everyone, but really delighted.
Because of the nature of the first goal they conceded tonight, Liverpool, did you hunt and press even more?
Of course, you know, I think when we came that second half, the boss said to us is keep pressing and keep putting them under pressure, you know, so I think that's something we wanted to do and carry on. I think we've done that very well, you know, and that's how we got our first goal, so we was eager to keep pressing them. Also tonight, with so many changes, did it give players an opportunity for a place against Manchester City in the FA Cup semi-final? I feel like it's an opportunity for the manager to rotate the team, you know. We've got a big game against City, so it's just every player wants to show him that he can play, so to give the manager a big decision to put whoever into the starting 11.
And is scoring the winner one of the best ways to put yourself in his thoughts firmly?
Hopefully, you know, hopefully we'll see. Time will tell, but like I said, I'm delighted with the goal and lads play excellent tonight, so happy for that.
Congratulations, well done.
Cheers, thank you.
Well, it's a big moment in any young man's career to score his first Premier League goal, but when it's the winner against the champions...
Yeah, he won't ever forget this evening, will he? And rightly so. He did very well. The goal and the assist in the other one. So it's been a great night for him. Very good night for Arsenal. And Arteta made changes to the lineup. We all thought that he had one eye on the semi-final on Saturday. Perhaps he did. But those changes worked because they brought freshness to the Arsenal team. Yes, the 2 goals were 2 mistakes from Liverpool, but then Arsenal had to defend very, very well, and they did that.
I think that's the big plus point, isn't it, for Arsenal? We're used to watching Arsenal be, you know, they've been called soft at times, weak at times. This is what they do. They've always done this for the last 10 years. Well, today we saw the resilience in them. We saw the resilience in Holding, in David Luiz. No messing around, no mistakes, clear your lines. I think early on they got caught out, you know, wanting to play out from the back and the goalkeeper, but after about 15 minutes, the message came on and everything went long and they cleared the lines a lot and there was no mistakes, and that's all you can ask for. They allowed Liverpool to play wise. They allowed them to cross the ball in. They allowed to, you know, to attack down the flanks because they were very comfortable in anything that comes across, we are clearing it. And it worked today, and whether that was a plan because that's what they're expected to face against Manchester City, who will dominate possession like Liverpool did, and they will allow the balls out wide because they'll fancy themselves up against Gabriel Jesus or Raheem Sterling or Bernardo Silva. It worked tonight, and they have to do that all the time. That's all we want from Arsenal. Consistency in that block of centre defence and centre midfield. Be hard to beat, and they were like that tonight.
Yes, it was Alisson's mistake, but Reiss Nelson's finish you were impressed with, the composure.
I was really impressed. Yeah, there was no panic at all for someone so young who wouldn't have been in this position many times. Look, he doesn't panic, takes the touch with the left foot, sticks it away with the right foot. He's under pressure. He hasn't really got that much time to think about it, which probably helps him. Look, the left foot touch and sticks it away beautifully.
You know what I liked, Al? I like the way he gets himself back on side there. He runs backwards to make sure that he's available for that pass. It's not a case of the goalie's made a mistake, right, I'll just sit and watch. His first instinct is to get back, run backwards, get on side, in the hope that he might receive a pass. And as Alan said, when it came to him, his first touch was beautiful and he just slotted it into the net. Really nice goal for someone such, you know, inexperienced.
Yeah, a moment certainly to remember for Reiss Nelson, and one to forget for the Liverpool goalkeeper, Alisson.
Alisson, how irritated and frustrated is everyone in the dressing room right now?
Yeah, we are, of course. Always, when you lose a game, is difficult to get it, but tonight we deserve to lose. It's not often that this happened with us, but tonight we don't play enough to win or even draw.
Tell me about the 2 goals conceded. We're so not used to seeing self-inflicted mistakes from Liverpool.
Yeah, I think it's maybe 2 individual mistakes from me and from Verge, but when normally when you commit a mistake, our team is ready there to defend again. And tonight we wasn't there. And then in the game, when you commit too many mistakes and you are not 100% involved, you are punished conceding goals, and that's what happened tonight. But this is stay here tonight. We have to learn from this, and we have now more 2 games to close this season in the best way.
There'll be easy accusations that it's because the title's already won that there was a bit of switching off. Is there anything in that?
This is our fault. It's on our hands. We know that we are not giving all that we can. Maybe, I don't know if this is the reason, because we switch off after being champion. The fact is that we are the champions. But we want to finish as a champions, playing as we played before. We know why we became champions, not that we arrived there and play in some way that bring us here. We know what we did to be champions, and it's not easy. So we need to bring back the motivation to play again and give 100% to win the last 2 matches, and we need to think in the next one.
He's reminding everyone of Liverpool standards there. Of course, just 1 defeat last season in the Premier League. They've now lost 3 of their last 9 games. They'd lost 3 of their previous 74, just for context, Liverpool. Is it just natural human nature that slight measure goes when you're champions? Yeah,
they've been under that much pressure for such a long time, Liverpool Football Club, to deliver the Premier League. They've been at it for 3/4 of the season. They then eventually win it. It is totally understandable that they're not at it. Their fans might not want to hear it, but I get it. I understand it. As I said, it's been so intense for them, playing under the conditions of not having won the title for 30 years. They eventually get there. Then they have a party. And it's impossible just to switch it on and off like that. They're relaxed and they're not at it. It's quite clear. How many times this season have we sat and praised Liverpool for the way they've got at teams and went after teams and pressed and closed? And the number of times we've said about their passing in the forward areas, it's quick, it's too good for other teams. There's been none of that. None of it really in the past few games. But as I said, I get it and I understand it, and it's very difficult to criticise them after the heights they've hit and achieved this season.
It's not even 3/4 of the season. It was last year as well. If you remember, they lost to Manchester City, and then they were unbeaten, and they win the Champions League, and then they roll into this year and they do exactly the same again, and then they lose to Watford, and then we start thinking, what happened against Watford? Their standards are so high that when they come down a couple of percent, we look for reasons why. And, Manchester City, it was, they had a party and there was lots of mistakes against Manchester City, although Manchester City were excellent. And Arsenal, again, were excellent tonight, but there's visible mistakes that we saw tonight that we haven't seen. Well, from Van Dijk, I don't think we've seen a mistake like that ever in a Liverpool.
They got off to a good start, getting the goal. Very good goal it was indeed, with Robertson and Mane linking up extremely well. But then it was just too easy for them, really. It was sloppy, pressure on the ball, mistake from Van Dijk, mistake from the goalkeeper, and that sort of sums Liverpool up. I understand that it's really difficult for them because of where they've been. They've mentally, physically, they've had to be at their peak. After lockdown, they haven't had to be, and there's no fans. I sort of get it, but when you're making mistakes like that from some of their best players, the goalkeeper and their centre-half, you're going to be punished, and they have been.
Yeah, we'll come to those in a moment. But Alan said they played well, got the lead, another goal for Sadio Mane. You like the role of Robertson in this as well?
Yeah, because we all know his attitude is very good and he's always hungry and wants to run forward. Firstly, it's this. He's aggressive here and then he just keeps on running. Whether he gets it or not, points to where he wants it. He just knocks it into the area where he hopes the centre-forwards will be, and he was to have a tap in. But, again, I'd question David Luiz here, because once he makes that run, you know what he's going to do. But instead of being 2 yards off him, he has to be closer. He has to be a yard off him. And he just blocks that. It's a simple enough block. The fact that he's being allowed to, it's not a hard run. Everybody knows where Andy Robertson is going to go. He just has to be more alert. But unfortunately, that's one of the things that has cursed David Luiz all his life. He's always nearly there, you know. And it was again there. He should have just been right over to him and shepherded that ball either for the corner, out for a throw-in, but it should have just been a simple enough block for him. You can't allow it to go into the area, into the danger area like that. I mean, I think Tierney and I think it was Xhaka should have blocked the pass anyway. They should have been more alert, but it was just indicative of the game. Arsenal were fast asleep, and then Liverpool, you know, caught it off them to a certain extent with the 2 goals that they conceded.
Yeah, how many times have you seen Virgil van Dijk do this?
Not many, and especially someone who's stronger than him. And you can imagine Mikel Arteta saying, come on, guys, to his team tonight. If you're at it tonight, let's see if Liverpool fancy it and put them under pressure and pressurise them. But, I mean, Virgil's looking for the foul there. That's not a foul. There's no way Reece Nelson should be strong enough to push him like he does and put him off balance. Never a foul. Good play from Arsenal, good pressure. And it's a lovely finish from Lacazette. He takes it around the goalkeeper and sticks it away very, very well.
Yeah, I totally agree. I don't think it was a foul either. He just has to, you know, the size of Ayers, he just has to shrug Reece Nelson off. Has to.
Yeah.
Now, talk me through the mindset of Alisson.
Well, this is a hard enough ball for an outfield player. I mean, I would have found it quite easy, but he finds it quite difficult and he pings it into the ground. And again, everybody's just caught. I have no idea what the goalkeeper's doing. He could have went right, he could have opened his body up and gone the other way, but he's tried a really difficult pass by hitting it on the half volley into the ground. And it, again, capitalised on on Lacazette. Lovely ball back, and this was a really nice composed finish by Reece Nelson. Really nice close.
Shows great composure for someone with so lack of experience, the touch, the technique, and then to finish it off. You'd think he'd had 200 or 300 games under his belt, wouldn't you? But superb play, good from Arsenal. They've had a good reaction of Arsenal. The managers put a different team out. They go 1-0 down. Then they start to press on a bit and push a little bit more further forward. And they get their reward for doing that. So well done, Arsenal, in that first half.
But beware, because